All right, everyone, welcome back to this week's community conversation. Super pumped. Today we got Aniella on the community conversation. A lot of you guys know Aniella. She gets in and gets after it at the gym. She's actually been a member here at Prototype since 2014. I don't know if you knew that, Aniella. It's 8 years you've been coming to the gym. It's been a long time, and also Prototype of the Month. And on top of that, one of our awesome community business sponsors was Sparkling Clean. So super pumped to have you on the community conversation today.
Thank you, Mike. Yeah, it's a pleasure. And it's funny because I had to go back on Wordify to check. I was like, I wasn't sure if it was 2015, when I first started, but I was like, yes, it's been 8 years.
It's crazy, right? 8 years. Yeah. Why don't we start there? Why don't you walk us through what your I think I remember a bit because I'm pretty sure I took you through I think we called it elements at the time. Like it was like a group class, like onboarding. Now we do like one-on-one and call it virtuosity. But I don't know if you remember, but why don't you walk us through kind of like your first week or first workout or what your first experience was when you came to Prototype 8 years ago?
Yeah, it was really interesting. So my husband Anderson, he worked for a long time at Arturo's. So and at that time we only had one car. So I keep, driving back and forth, drive by the gym and I look at that, I'm like, wow, I should try. But I was always like, I'm not sure if I can do that, because CrossFit wasn't a thing yet back then. So one day, I don't know, I just decided I called some of my friends to, give us some motivation to go together. So I was like, let's try this. It looks really cool. I saw all the people running around, you know, outside on the street. I'm like, oh, that looks really fun. And it was something different because I used to go to a Gold's Gym just to keep, moving and trying to do something. But it wasn't really fun. I used to go there and, not knowing exactly what to do. So I prototype when I first started, like first week was a little crazy. I couldn't walk for like 3 days. I definitely wasn't.
Do you remember your first workout? Do you remember what it was? Do you remember what you guys did?
Not sure. It was a lot.
I
I
remember
remember.
you guys were in a group, and I remember
Yeah, all the Brazilian girls. Yes.
that's right. And I remember
Yeah.
you guys were all speaking Portuguese, and I was just like, I don't really. And then anyway, you guys kept coming back, and I was like, oh, this is awesome. You guys were like all into it. It was so cool.
Yeah. We had a group, and it was really nice because it was something totally different. We were like getting out of our comfort zone, trying to do different things like pull up, double under. I've never done that before. So all the movements that we had to get used to, it was really different, and that it was really excited to have all the people around you and cheering you. So it was great.
It's awesome. Yeah, it's funny getting out of the comfort zone. It's like a lot of folks that come into Prototype for like the first time. That's like a common thing because it's intimidating, right? Like you said, you were working out at Gold Gym. I'm not sure what your routine was, but I don't know. Were you doing group classes there? Were you working out by yourself? Like what was that?
Both. I did some classes actually with Angie a long time ago. Remember
That's
Angie?
right. Yes. Oh, that's awesome. I
That
didn't
was
know that.
that was awesome. But
Yeah.
when I was just doing it, by myself, Anderson used to go and help me a little bit because he was better. But I just used to hate the machines. Sometimes I would go there just to talk to people. I had some friends there, and we were like, I left, and I was like, oh my god, I didn't work out not even 10 minutes. So it wasn't really like excited. It was
it's like it's more of a social club
yeah,
than anything, right?
definitely. Yeah, you can call that. Yep.
That's one of the cool parts about like the group classes and the camaraderie and community building is it's part you're working out. You're when you come in for the class, like you're gonna work out. Like we're not gonna let you come in and just talk and not work out at all. But you have
Yep.
the benefit of being able to kind of
That's
build.
what I needed. Yep.
Yep, that's right. I know you've been working out for in here and doing stuff for a long time. I mean, it's funny, when we do this community conversations, it's almost like a walk down memory lane in a sense. But what are some of the things you remember? Like some of your favorite moments? I know you've done a bunch of our competitions and
Yeah.
all those sorts of the parties. What are your the memories or things that come to your mind?
Yeah. I have a lot of memories, but one that it really stick to my mind. It was the first, I think it was an internal competition,
Uh-huh.
and it was the first one. And I was like terrified, and because everything was so new, and I was like, I don't know if I was gonna do scale, if I was gonna do a RX. I was all confused, afraid. And
Uh-huh.
then I had my daughter, my little one. She was there. She was really, maybe she was what, 6, 7 years old. She was really young, and she was right there, like cheering me up. And she's like, "Mom,
Uh-huh.
you can do it." And I was like, "Shh."
It's awesome.
Like, come on, mom. And she was dancing with the music. And I was looking at that, and it just gave me like motivation to just get it done. And at the end, I was like so proud of myself because it was so much better than I thought. And I felt awesome after. So it's like every day I have a great memory there because I used to tell people that um, CrossFit, it's my therapy. It's part of my therapy. So
Uh-huh.
it's on top of my list of priorities. So it's like if I'm having a bad day, if I'm down or, struggling with something, when I go there for 1 hour, it changes the whole thing, my mood. And I always, because I usually tell Brian, I always like, Brian, I'm so happy I came here because when I leave, it's like something that I can explain. And I know a lot of people feel like that. So it's awesome. All the feeling of you belong to something. Everybody's always so kind, so nice. So that's something unusual, especially nowadays with this crazy world. So it's like, I've been on and off for so many years with like, injuries and my crazy schedule. But it's always on top of my list. Like I have to go back. And I've been actually, I think the past month, I've been like, my goal, it's like 3, 4 days a week. And I've been getting there. So I'm really happy about it. I feel really good.
It's awesome. Yeah, the you said a lot of cool things. One, like you said, CrossFit is part of your therapy. I feel like sometimes it's more like the mental, right? We work out more for our mind than we do for our body, right? You get the benefit of both, right? And so it's so true. I think it's interesting, like you mentioned, like folks, you say you mentioned this to people. It's like I think people that don't understand it, it's like, or have done it, or have done this sort of working out, or in a community with other people, like you're all kind of pushing each other, but you're more so pushing yourself. And it's like this feeling, you mentioned like the moment with your daughter, like you're doing this competition, you're doing something that, is uncomfortable for you, that scared you. And then your 6-year-old is like cheering you on, but typically it's like the other way, right? It's like you're
Yes.
cheering kids
Yeah.
on because they're like doing activities, and now it's like the roles are reversed, and it almost like creates like it's almost like even more relatability, which is interesting. But to kind of stay on this this idea, like for someone that's been working out a prototype for 8 years, it's like you mentioned like the fears and like kind of getting out of your comfort zone. What would you say to someone that's never done CrossFit before, or new, that's like interested in like trying it, or like maybe like a piece of advice that you would give to like, saying someone just signed up at the gym and you met them for the first time and they're like, they're in the same position you're in, they're nervous or scared. Like, what would be like your advice?
Um, I'm sure I can tell it's going to be the best experience ever. It's the feeling, when the environment, it's so different than just going to a gym. And, everything, it's a whole package, you get a whole package, community, the coaches, the workouts. It's like makes you, push yourself every single day, push you to your limits. Or, like that's one thing I'm learning. Um, to know my limits, because you always wants to do more and more because it feels so good. So uh, it's like I said, when I sometimes, a lot of times when I'm there, I go there, I'm like sad, or I have something going on, personal life, when I leave, it's the feeling, it's like, oh my gosh, it's so good, you can't even explain. It's awesome. It's really good.
Cool.
And
That's cool.
especially, yeah, for me it's literally more like a mental, um like I've been working a lot in my mental health with everything going on, pandemic, I started my business 3 years ago, so
Mm,
lots of change, lots of challenges. So I need this. It's like it's one thing that I need in my life.
it's awesome. Yeah, I want to talk about that too. So you mentioned that you started your business 3 years ago, and you guys like just do an awesome job. I mean, we have you guys coming in at the gym and everything like that. What's that been like?
Yeah.
Entrepreneurship, business ownership, like what's that like? To explain that, because some folks that are listening to this, like I don't know if you know this. It's like I think I ran the stats one time. It's like 30 to 40% of our members that are like the adults, not the kids, not including them, are like some level, some business owner or entrepreneur or small business owner or whatnot. So I think people can kind of share those struggles, right? Being like the person in charge of that. Like, what's that experience been like over the last like 3 years?
It's been a challenge, especially, like everything is really new for me, and starting this journey, it gets, ups and downs, but it's been awesome. I've been learning a lot, and it's like each day I feel more passionate in what we do, and especially in our industry. It's not easy. But I feel like after COVID, things changed a lot.
Mhm.
Protocols, a lot of things we put in order, and right now it's like we have a team of almost 20 people. So I feel really
Wow.
blessed and really grateful because we have like a great team with us. And I, little by little, I'm learning to delegate,
Mhm.
because,
Mhm.
as a business owner, you always think nobody's going to do, what do you do better than you? But I'm changing it's like changing the mindset.
Mhm.
So I'm working a lot, I have a mentor, so I've been doing a lot of uh, conferences, with people like leaders in the industry. So I've been learning a lot, and it's one thing that I really like. It became a passion, So I'm really grateful for what we're doing, and we are changing so many people's lives. People that work with us and clients.
Mhm.
So it's a lot involved. It's really a lot. So, and I'm also really proud. We are partner up with this great organization. It calls Cleaning for a Reason.
Mhm.
We give free cleaning for cancer patients. So
It's awesome.
if you guys know anybody, so it's like totally free. I'll have my team there. We do like a free cleaning. It's two cleanings
Mhm.
in a 2 month period. So you just have to go online. You can search us up on the website. It's
Mhm.
all the information. It's all in there.
What's
So
the website, Aniella? Can you let everyone know?
cleaning for a reason.
Cleaning for a reason. They go to that website or they go to your
Yes,
website?
they go to their website and they're gonna find like a local in the area. And
Got it.
I'm pretty sure there's other companies, cleaning companies in the area too. But we do that, and it's like something that it changed. When I go to somebody's house, they so limited, with the disease, and they can do much. So it feels like from the bottom of my heart, and all my cleaners, it's like something that we do. We're so proud to be helping people, like we all,
Totally.
I'm sure everybody has a family member or friend that went through, the whole process. So it feels really good. So giving back to the community, and it feels really awesome.
Totally. That's so cool. I did not know you guys are doing that. So cleaningforareason.com, go to
Mhm.
local, and yeah, anyone that's listening. So you guys do 2 cleanings over a 2 month period. And that's such a cool thing to give back. I did not know that. So that is so awesome. You guys are doing that. And I mean, 20 people you have on your team. I did not know that. Your team is like, it's exploded. Oh my
Yeah,
goodness. That is so great. I'm so happy for you. It's
growing,
just,
thank God. And I just hired my office manager, so little by little things are getting back on track. I am having more time to do my things, because before we just me and Anderson, we were trying to do everything.
totally,
Came to a point we're like, what, we can't do this anymore. So
totally.
we were like working 24/7. It was crazy.
Totally. I can totally understand. I can totally
Yeah,
understand
yeah.
when you're the owner, when you're the boss, you wear every hat, and you might do that,
Yes.
and to be able to, in just 3 years to be able to get to a place where you feel a little bit more balanced is pretty impressive. So that's awesome. Hats off to you. That's awesome. Um, Okay, so I want to just move the conversation back into like the fitness sort side of things.
Yep.
Like you've been here for 8 years. I know you have like goals and things you're working on. I think you mentioned something kind of like knowing your limits, like and that sort of thing. What are your goals right now? What are the things that you're kind of like pushing yourself towards? I know you
Yeah.
mentioned consistency, like working out 3 to 4 times a week. What are the things you're working towards?
Right now, my number one goal is being consistent, because I was putting off for a long time, because of work, family, all that.
Mhm,
But that's my number one goal. And so far, like I said, it's been great.
mhm,
So that's my main thing, and just try to get stronger. I had a lot of injuries in the past, because uh, not only because of CrossFit, but I mean, my work was 100% physical. So I was
mhm.
working like 10 hours a day, running to CrossFit, to get my workout done. So I got a lot of injuries. So not too long ago, I was doing chiropractor, PT. So I was trying to get better. And now actually, I've been feeling great. Like the other day, I did some pull-ups because I couldn't hang from a bar for like over a year. That it was
Mm.
really I was really frustrated. But it's the last month, it's been like, so every little step, like a little pull up that I could do it hanging from the bar, it just felt really nice. So
It's
I'm
awesome.
just respecting my body, and little by little.
It's awesome. I mean, like 10-hour days, physical labor, and then busting your butt in the gym. You don't go easy, you go hard. So I can see that taking a toll, but I love that. I love the goal of consistency because I always say consistency beats intensity over time. So, just being able to kind of listen to your body, stick with it, like getting those 3 to 4 workouts, but also like what you're doing too is like you're managing your time to be able to prioritize fitting in, which probably helps from a productivity standpoint from just like we talked about the mental component to it
Yeah.
as well, so all that stuff kind of ties in, so that's so cool. I got another question of kind of flip-flopping here, go back into like the business stuff.
Yeah.
So John, my brother, like we work together,
Yeah.
and it's always hard working with family. I'm just gonna, I'll just throw it out there. You can decide to answer this or not. But is it been a challenge, or maybe it's been easy? Like what is it like working with like
No, no, no.
husband and wife?
Right now, it's super easy because I have my role and he has his role in the business.
Cool.
But the first year was like nightmare. I
Hmm.
was like, we were working together the whole time. So, when you're working like 10, 12 hours a day, you go home, same thing over and over. At the beginning of it, we were like, oh my gosh, I don't want to see you. you know, but now, but we had a goal, at some point, because we do residential and we do commercial.
Hmm.
So we had our goal is, little by little we were gonna shift. He was gonna be in the commercial and I was gonna be in the residential. So now,
Cool.
like, about a year ago, we were able to do that.
Hmm.
So
It's
I
cool.
shift to the residential completely, and he's on the operational side of
Hmm.
commercial. So
Hmm.
it's like he's doing his thing. I'm more in the office right now, managing everything. So we don't, work together anymore like we used to, but it's not easy. And I also have my dad working with me. I have my brother. I
Oh, you got
have
a
the
whole
whole
the whole
family.
family's working.
Oh,
I did not know
I
that. Oh
have,
my
yeah,
God. Okay.
mother-in-law. Yes. Oh, I got
So
a
you
lot. I got a
you're
son.
like you're all in on the family, everyone
Yeah.
over there. That's yeah, that's impressive. That is impressive. That's cool to be able to do that. I was more curious, like, because I I can only imagine like working and then going like you mentioned, like there's like the work. How do you shut it off? Like the work and then like go
Oh,
home and then it's
no,
like
we couldn't.
so.
In the beginning, we could. No,
Well, hats off to you. I think that's super impressive. Super impressive.
thank
Um,
you.
Yeah,
We have,
well, more to you. You got the whole family in, so I'm gonna keep the compliment in your end. But I want to get into our Spitfire round here of two truths and a lie. So I gave you the prep time in the beginning here. So this is like basically stump the coach. I'll give you my record. I think I'm like 2-7 maybe since like starting to
oh wow.
put this in, which is not good. Which is not good. I've
No.
only got it right. No, it's not. It's not very good. So I will say I suck at this game. So hopefully, but my goal is to win. So I'm gonna try to figure this out. So game, two truths and a lie. You say 3 statements, 2 are true, 1's false. I got to guess what the one that is false. So anyway, you got some prep time, so maybe you thought through them. So give me what you got.
All right. I am 38 years old.
Okay.
38. I have 3 kids.
Okay.
And that's easy. I was born in Brazil.
All right. So this is like a process of elimination. I mean, so born in Brazil, 3 kids, 38 years old. You don't look 38. But I felt like that was the first one, so I don't think you're gonna lie on the first one. I know you have 2 kids. I mean, 3 kids. And born in Brazil, I feel like you were born in Brazil. I have to say it's 3 kids. You have 2 kids. You have 3 kids? Is that the lie?
Yeah.
Oh,
That was easy. Yes, you got it.
Yes, let's go. All right. This is like, I got that easily. So I know you. So how old are you?
I confuse you because a lot of people don't know if I have.
I know it. You've been here for 8 years. I knew this shit. All right, here we go. So it was between the 3 because I was like, because you used to bring your 2 daughters in quite a bit. I know. So how old are your daughters now?
Julia's 19 and Melanie's 11.
Oh my goodness. I remember Julia when she was like I don't know, maybe 13. Like she was like just a little kid coming in.
Yeah, she did work out for a little bit. Now she's going back to college for her sophomore year.
That's awesome. That's so great. And then I remember your little one was just like a peanut. Like she was like 3. She was like 4 years old. Like, oh my goodness, God. So wow. Yeah. So I knew that I was like, I don't think I met a 3rd. Okay, so we got that. Where in Brazil?
I didn't have enough time to think about it.
I gave you time at the beginning of this episode. Come on. So where in Brazil were you born, and when did you come to the U.S.?
Yeah, so I was born and raised in Brazil, Minas Gerais, Governador Valadares. It's like central, and I came here before, like 2 weeks before I turned 21.
Got it.
So it's been 17 years.
Wow.
Came here with my husband, Anderson, and my daughter, Julia. She was 18 months old.
Wow. And you came to Westboro, or were you in, did you?
I lived actually in Framingham the first year, and then we moved to Westboro. So we've been here for a long time.
That's awesome.
Both
That's
of
cool.
my girls, they grew up here.
I did not know that. That's awesome. That's cool.
Yeah, I love it.
Coming up on that 20-year anniversary. Let's go.
Yeah.
That's awesome. Very cool. Well, Aniella, this was so great. I got to know you even more than I've already known you for 8 years, but I feel like everyone that's listening to this got to know you a little bit more too. And we got to know about your business, which is so great. You guys can check them out, sparklingclean.com.
It's actually sparklingcomp.com.
Sparklingcomp.com. You can check them out if you're interested in any cleaning services, residential or commercial, if you heard Aniella talking about that. Or also you can go and check out the cleaningforareason.com. And if you have anyone close to you that's suffering, that, be able to give back to them. It's just an awesome, cool thing that they're doing. But for all you folks that are listening right now, appreciate you tuning in. You guys can check out these episodes every week on Spotify or on our Apple Podcast or on our YouTube channel. These come out every Monday. We have another cool, awesome member. Aniella, again, thank you so much for coming on today. I really appreciate it.
Pleasure. Thank you.
Got it.